NAOYA INOUE against Antonio Nieves, and you can see the 6-year age advantage for young Inoue, who is regarded as one of the true rising phenomenons of the sport. He's got a half-inch height advantage over Nieves. He's got an arm length advantage of a half-inch measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. He weighed in 1¼ pounds heavier than Nieves, even though Nieves has never fought down here at this 115-pound level, has fought as high as up in the 120s, is by nature, he thinks, the heavier man. But overnight, they rehydrate, and Inoue will enter the ring with a 5-pound weight advantage. Now here comes Antonio Nieves, Cleveland, Ohio product, Puerto Rican roots. Don't know yet whether he's heard about his relatives in Puerto Rico and how they handled the difficulties of Tropical Storm Irma. There he is. NAOYA INOUE became a major player in boxing circles by capturing a title in 2 weight divisions by his 8th pro bout. He's kind of the Asian Vasily Lomachenko in that regard. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the StubHub Center, Carson, California, the Super Flyweight action continues. In charge of the action at the bell, World Championship veteran referee, Dr. Lou Moret. And now, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Super Flyweight Championship of the World. From Cleveland, Ohio, USA, the challenger, the reigning NABO Super Flyweight Champion, Antonio Carita Nieves. From Zana, Kanamangara, Japan, the WBC Light Flyweight Champion of the World, the reigning and defending undefeated WBO Super Flyweight Champion of the World, NAOYA Monster Inoue.
Let's go. Inoue side. Getting your instruction in the dressing room, let's have a good, clean fight. Listen to my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck.
From Inoue's maybe 3rd pro fight, it was obvious he was going to get to the top of at least 1 division. He's already been to the top of 2. The question was, could he make his introduction to an American and worldwide fight population before Chocolatito was no longer on top? Could he get there while Chocolatito was still a top fighter? And that's what tonight is about. Here is the introduction to the monster.
And he's called the monster, Andre, because of his knockout power in the 11 knockouts in 13 fights. But according to CompuBox, he lands more jabs, exceeded only by Gennady Golovkin. And that, of course, underlines the fact that power is often set up by the jab.
Absolutely. I think he hides the power behind the jab, like you just mentioned. So that's definitely an asset.
Landed a right hand to begin the fight, behind the jab on a classic 1-2. There's the classic 1-2 again, and he hasn't unfurled that one quite yet. Just missed with one, but you can see that it's quick. Nieves is quite aware that he's up against a guy who's regarded as a monstrous talent. He said, of course, exactly what he's supposed to say. That represents a great opportunity for me.
The boxing world has their eyes peeled right now on this fight because Inoue, those who have seen him and followed him have been saying such glowing things.
And already we've seen one thing that some fighters wait a long time to learn. He has a reputation as a great jabber. Nieves is aware of the jab, so a couple of times Inoue leads with the left hook.
You can see early that his father taught him well. He's fundamentally sound, and that power he has behind those fundamentals.
Game plan. You can see he has an idea of what he wants to do in there.
Which is?
He wants to punch when the monster, when Inoue doesn't want him to punch. He's trying to time him in between. Whenever Inoue takes a little break, he's trying to get in there, and he's trying to also punch with Inoue.
Like you said, Jim, saying all the right things. I just don't know if he can translate that physically.
Tries to deliver the body. Inoue did a great job of blocking it with his left elbow. Comes back with a series of punches of his own.
Watch, Inoue tries to set his stuff up, and Nieves feints and feints and
Left hand by Nieves.
Right, tries to punch with Inoue to get his shot in there first.
So Nieves has already announced his presence in the ring with one good hard counter left-hand shot. Body shot by Inoue.
10 seconds.
Love the way he extends the jab to maximum impact. So let's go with a Virgil Hill once or twice. What is the Virgil Hill, Andre?
I'd have to ask him. I don't know.
Nieves has an idea of what he's trying to do. There's the feint. Inoue wants to wait a little bit to punch sometimes. Punch in between when he's waiting. Or he's waiting for Inoue to punch and punching with him to land his own shot.
Good 1-2 by Inoue.
Is obviously you can get caught with a clean shot. Good shot from Nieves.
Right hand by Nieves to the body, and he followed up with a looping right hand upstairs.
Well, it's not a good idea to punch with a guy unless he's punching wide, and at times Inoue has been a little bit wide. But you can see the force that Inoue throws with. The power is obvious.
Inoue has never been knocked down. He's had one knockdown scored against him, although he says wasn't because of a punch. Now Inoue sticking the jab. That's his game. His father asked for body shots. Haven't seen a body shot yet from Inoue in this round. Now he goes downstairs and comes back. And fires the left hook to the body
From Inoue.
He's a 115-pounder, boy. He's going with some force.
You can hear those shots from ringside.
These guys are so small, you go, boy, he hits like a lightweight. And that's a compliment.
I think at the end of the day, if there was one thing that won the first fight for Juan Francisco Estrada, it was having his feet flat on the canvas and maximizing the power in his punches in the second.
He's always in position to punch, regardless of what his opponent tries to do.
I think he bothered Nieves with that hard right hand off the jab. Nieves trying to come back with some body shots. Inoue just standing in, looking, waiting, and he launches again.
When one guy is coming up from below the flyweight division and the other guy is coming down from 122 pounds, you know, the guy coming up is fighting, and that, given those circumstances, the question here is, can Inoue pose his overwhelming offense anyway?
Just a little bit. Left hand to the body. Placement rather than power. Now combinations.
10 seconds.
Oh, he thought it was the bell. Inoue heard the 10-second warning clap and thought it was the bell.
That saved Nieves right there.
The official timekeeper here. But if you ask him for his driver's license back in Bangkok, it would say Wikapsil Wangak. Round 3 of a schedule 12. You can see that Harold Letterman, unofficially, not surprisingly, has Naoya Inoue winning the first 2 rounds.
Inoue is trying to pick up where he left off. He knows Nieves was hurt in that last round, and he wants to test him to see how hurt he still is.
It's a nightmare for the opponent.
He just did something you occasionally see Gennady Golovkin do. Saw the target and adjusted the arc of the punch as it was traveling through the air to give it a little bit lift over the top and get it down to the face. Now there's a perfect uppercut by Inoue.
I don't think it's going to matter tonight, Andre, but Inoue's defense is not unique to this fight. That's what he does. He pulls straight back from punches sometimes. He uses athletic ability to avoid punches and doesn't always use kind of classic technical defense. You think that'll be a problem against the next level?
It remains to be seen. Inoue is only 24 years old, so his reflexes are at their very height right now. That will be a problem down the stretch if he continues to fight in his early to mid-30s. He'll have to make those adjustments and modify his style. And his opponents previous to this night, he has an Ike Corte-like jab, very piston-like.
The bazooka, Ike Corte.
It's a heavy jab, meaning his weight comes out over his front foot when he throws it. Oh.
And it sets up power shots like that. which are discouraging to Nieves.
Well, you can
Happened toward the end of the last round, and you could see Nieves' confidence just go down a little bit as Inoue so easily landed combination after combination.
But listen, when you're getting hit with those kind of shots, sometimes the game plan can go out the window quick. All of a sudden, excuse me, Jim. All of a sudden, it doesn't become worth it to extend yourself and try to implement that game plan when you're getting hit with heavy shots to the head and the body like Nieves is right now.
Right.
He's not necessarily a combination puncher. He's a pick'em type puncher. He'll throw a jab, he'll throw a lead right hand, then he'll throw a 2 or 3 punch combination. He's steady, but he's a pick'em type puncher, not necessarily a combination.
He'll respond to an opportunity. If you leave yourself open on the left side, he'll fire a right hand, even if it wasn't his plan to do so.
Absolutely.
He's a pick'em type puncher until he gets his guy hurt, and then he throws in combination.
I like that.
Opportunistic, Jim, as you said.
This is just a brilliant round. This was a one-sided pile driving round. I'm not sure the look in Nieves' eyes was an indicator that he believes at this point.
The trainer's not getting hit.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3 unofficially?
Okay, so you're making it 3-0, 30-27, Naoya Inoue. You know, Jim, it's amazing his accuracy. Amazing. The guy's got terrific accuracy. See that? I mean, Nieves has got his hands held up high, and Inoue still gets that jab through. Really amazing job he's doing. 3-0 Inoue.
The trainer has an unenviable task because what's impressive about Inoue is here he is against a competent, responsible fighter. He's telling him to basically stick with the game plan, but the game plan's not working, but come up with a better one right now.
I mean, the trainer's doing what he can do. He can only do as much as his fighter will allow him to do. But I think he does, even though it's only the 4th round out of 12, he does need to keep a close eye on Nieves. Nieves is a tough kid, but he is taking a lot of punishment right now, and it's starting to sink in.
What I mean is the trainer was talking as though his fighter has a chance.
I hope I'm not in that position because when you're in the position that Nieves is in, again, it's just really, really tough. Do you go technical or do you appeal to his heart? Do you motivate him and rah-rah him? It's a tough and unenviable position like you just mentioned to be in.
Aware of the kid and knows that he's fighting. That can't hurt him as his banking career goes forward. And he said, I'm never going to give up my day job. Boxing is big. It's a big part of my life, but I've got an opportunity to do something in banking, and I'm definitely going to stick with it.
He's got a backup plan.
Yeah, and by the way, he's having a much better round this round.
Well, Inoue, it seemed to allow Nieves to throw some punches and let his clock wind down a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was by design. I don't know if Inoue was resting or if he was trying to let the punishment from the previous round sink in a little bit, but I think he's doing what he wants to do right now.
I think he was trying to lure Nieves into an exchange where he wouldn't have to try to open Nieves' defense. He could just, catch him in an exchange. Oh, what a hook.
Well, he can open some defense with a left hook to the body like that. And by the way, I mentioned that CompuBox has him throwing more jabs per round than any other top fighter in the sport, an average of 37 coming in. He's throwing 41 jabs per round here tonight. What's your take, Andre, on the father-fighter connection? We've seen so many of them over the years, and some of them have been among the sport's most famous duos, including, of course, Felix Trinidad and his son. There are emotional implications when the father is training the son. Do you like it, or would you have stayed away from it?
I mean, ideally, I think it's a great thing, but I think from what I've seen, they either work extremely well or they implode right before us. It's one or the other. I haven't seen much in between.
I think that's a great point.
I think Inoue has to put Nieves away here in this round or next. This is his American TV debut. We all know he's good. What people want to see is if he can capture their imagination and really look devastating, make some water cooler buzz the next, on Monday. And if he scores a knockout here pretty soon, maybe he can do that. But what I don't think Inoue, what's good for him here in terms of the business of his career is just a kind of sameness to every round and an extended fight.
And now in round 5, it looks like Nieves is trying to find somewhere to hide in the ring, and he can't find it, as Inoue continues to track him down, pin him against the ropes, and pound him with power shots. And Inoue just keeps walking him down, gets him. Into position there where he can face him and lands a body shot with authority.
One or two more of those, he could end this fight, Jim. Andre, this is what you did against Kovalev. When you saw that, you went right there, and here Inoue has him ready to go to the body. Yep, there it is.
First time down as a pro for Nieves. First time in the ring with a fighter like NAOYA INOUE.
Now, why throw anything other than a left hook to the body if you're Inoue?
Exactly.
Fight's
On the band and the body right now. He'll protect the head, but the body can't move.
Inoue stalking.
There it is.
Another body shot with the left hook. That one hurt Nieves as well.
Right back, but I literally don't think you should throw another punch other than a hook to the body.
And there's another one. And there's another one. Nieves lands a right hand, but not with enough authority to change anything. Another left hook to the body. Another left hook to the body. Inoue trying to finish the fight with exactly the prescription offered by our expert commentators. Yet another sledgehammer left hook to the body. Most effective punch in boxing. I don't care who you are, who you're fighting, where you've been brought up. Learn to throw the left hook to the body. It will win you more fights than any other weapon.
He's about to win by stoppage, but he's only throwing one hook at a time.
Inoue's been landing beautiful body shots all night. And here we see another left that lands right by the solar plex. Nieves hesitates and then decides to take a knee.
Maybe he could land some miracle right hand, but I don't see the point in this contest continuing because it's not a contest anymore. We're just waiting for the final hook to the body to end things. I don't know what's the point after that last round.
Bernard Hopkins against Oscar De La Hoya. Arturo Gatti against Leonard Dorin. Andre Ward against Sergey Kovalev. The legs go numb beneath the waist. The will goes away.
Wounded prey in front of him. So he's going to continue to throw that left hook to the body, and it's a damaging thing to do. Like, why does he need to keep taking those?
This is where you see a little bit of inexperience from Inoue, only having 13 fights. Good right hand right there from Inoue, where he's not mixing up the attack.
That's what he did. He threw the right to the body, and Nieves looked at him like, wait a minute, you're allowed to do that too?
Another left hook to the body. Listen to the sound when those... left-hand body shots land. That is a thud. You can hear that all over the arena here at the StubHub Center in Carson.
I mean, I just think that's enough. I know he's not dazed in a way like but why does he need to keep taking this punishment?
Nieves is keeping that right hand glued to his side right there. That's why you got to switch it up. If you want that shot, you got to go away and then come back to it.
And with the chance to put on a show now, Inoue is doing so as he lifts his hands to let the American audience know, yes, I'm a star. I know I'm a star. You're going to see big things from me in the ring. Come to me. Come to me. I'm ready for the knockout right now.
The referee has to keep a close look on Nieves. In a minute,
the contest is over. It's not a contest anymore.
Nieves came in with a record of 17-1-2. His first loss in the last fight was a decision with which he disagreed. He is getting hammered here by a superior talent.
Okay, come on, show me something.
Kind of talent you don't see all that often.
Nieves has had enough. To the layman, it looks like he's still in the fight, but if you know what you're looking at, he's had enough. There's a lot of punishment that is soaked in, not just to the body, but also to the head, and it's only going to get worse as this fight progresses. Big right hand
to the body
from Inoue.
What a vicious shot.
The nose is bleeding now, and who knows what's going on internally in his rib cage.
Another left to the body to finish the round, and Nieves staggers back to his corner, where trainer Joseph Delguide has a decision to make. And he has made the decision. Now let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dr. Lou Moret, after the indication from the corner of the challenger, has to call a halt to the contest. The official time is the end of round 6, ruled by the referee, KO. The winner and still undefeated and still the reigning and defending WBO Super Flyweight Champion of the World,